Hey guys, welcome to the 46th video of the playlist on how to use SolidWorks for beginners. For those who are new to the channel, the link of the playlist is given in the description box below, or you can simply click on the I button which is present on the right top corner of your screen. In this video, we will be understanding the helix and the spiral curve. Okay, now for using this particular feature, you have to draw a circle. So let us select the top plane, press Ctrl 8, and on this I am going to sketch, and I am going to sketch a simple circle. Okay, you can define the dimensions of the circle. Let us define the dimensions to be, let's say, 10 mm. Okay, and now I will end the sketch. Now I will select this sketch, and guys, I will go to features, I will go to curves, and I'm going to click on helix and spiral. Okay, see, as soon as I do this, I'm getting a helix curve over here. Okay, now there are different options available over here. We will discover all of them one by one. So first, let us click on pitch and revolution. And in this parameters, you have two options available: constant pitch and variable pitch. First of all, we will select constant pitch. Now when you select constant pitch, you now have to define how much is your pitch. Okay, so suppose if I define it 50, then you will observe that this curve will come down. Can you see? Now since I have decreased the size of the pitch, therefore the size of the curve decreased. And here if you click on reverse direction, then you will get the curve in the another direction. Can you see? You are getting a helix now in the another direction. So let us deselect this option. Now here, after defining the pitch, now you can define the number of revolutions. Suppose if you want the number of revolutions to be 5, then can you see? Now the size of the helix has increased and you are now getting 5 number of revolutions. Let us decrease the pitch size so that you can easily observe the helix over here. Let us make it 10. Okay, see, can you observe the helix over here? Okay. And here you can define the start angle as well. Suppose if you want the start angle to be 60 degree, then can you see? Now the start angle has changed. Now suppose if you don't want it to revolve in a clockwise direction, then you can simply click on the counterclockwise, and now see, it has changed its direction. Okay, if you again click on clockwise, you will observe that the helix will change its direction. Understanding? Okay. Now after this, here you have the taper helix option. Okay, suppose if I click on taper helix, and suppose if I define the angle to be 30 degree, then can you observe? You are getting a tapered end. Okay, and here it is tapered outwards. Suppose if you click deselect this, then it will get taper inward. Can you see? It is getting taper inward, and so if you click on this, then you are getting tapered outward. Okay, here you can define the taper angle. Suppose if I make it 45, then can you see? Now it is increasing. It is appearing somewhat like a cone. Okay, now let's deselect this option. And now guys, if you select variable pitch, then by selecting this option, for particular revolution, for a particular set of revolutions, you have to define the pitch angle as well. Okay, so here in this particular column, you have to define the pitch. In this, you have to define how many revolutions you want, and so on. Okay, clear with this? Now since we have drawn a circle with a diameter 10, therefore the diameter which is appeared here is 10 mm. Okay, so let us click on constant pitch over here. Now guys, here you have defined the pitch and you have defined the number of revolutions. Therefore we have selected here pitch and revolution. But suppose if you do not know any one of them, then you can select other options like height and revolution. So in this, what you have to do? Since you have selected height and revolution, therefore you have to define the height. Suppose if you define the height to 70 mm, then you will observe that this will increase in size. Okay, can you see? Now it has increased in size. Here you can define the number of revolutions. If you want the number of revolutions to be 10, can you see? Now you are getting 10 revolutions. Again, you can define the start angle and you can select the direction, whether you want clockwise or counterclockwise, and the taper helix option is the same. Now after this thing is done, suppose if you do not know what is revolution, then you can make use of the height and pitch option. So if you click on height and pitch option, then see, then here you have to define the height and you have to define the pitch as well. So define the pitch here, then the height is going to remain same as we have defined it to be 70 mm, but the revolutions are going to change. If I make it 10, then you will observe that the number of revolutions will now decrease. Okay, can you see? And here you can define the start angle and whether you want clockwise or counterclockwise and the taper helix. Now suppose if you do not want a helix, suppose if you want a spiral, then you can click on the spiral and can you see? Now you are getting a spiral. Okay, here you can define the pitch. Suppose if I may define the pitch to be 15, then you will observe that the spiral will now increase in size. Okay, here you have the option of reverse direction. Okay, see, now it has gone inside our circle, inside the circle that we have drawn. And suppose if you deselect the option, then the spiral is appearing to be outside the circle that we have drawn. Okay, let's define the pitch to be 5. Okay, and let's define the number of revolutions. Suppose if I make it 4, then you will obviously observe that the spiral will now decrease in size. And here you are having the starting angle. If I define the starting angle to be 120 degree, then can you observe the starting angle has changed over here. Clear? So guys, I hope that you have understood how to make use of the helix and spiral. See, can you see? Now you are getting the helix. You are getting a spiral over here, and if you want to make a helix, then you can get the helix as well. So guys, I hope that you have understood how to make a helix and spiral. And if you like this video, then please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. And guys, go check out other SolidWorks videos that I have uploaded on my channel. They might be helpful for you all. And guys, thank you for watching this particular video.